Hello everybody, how's it going? So thank you for joining me. You're probably wondering what on earth is going on here. So before I even get started, let me start off by saying this is going to be a very long video. B, you're probably going to hear me rambling a lot. And C, I don't know what C is, but I'm just telling you right now, this is going to be a long video. A lot of people have been, hearing about this awesome Shelee Art technique, and I've been doing it for about 2 months now. And before anyone gets their panties in a knot or their knickers in a twist, or call it whatever you want, please keep in mind that me sharing this video has been okayed and approved by Shelee herself. So I don't want to hear any negative comments about, oh my God, I can't believe you're sharing this technique, blah, 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 blah. I have the okay by Shelee herself to share the technique. In fact, for those of you who want to take the course, there is a discount code for the course, and I'll put it in the description below. But it is Shelee Art Kanella 15, okay? That'll give you 15% off the course if you choose to buy it. Now, let me tell you, I can sit here and I'm gonna show you everything I know, everything I've learned, okay? But that doesn't mean that you're gonna understand it, or you're gonna get it, or you're gonna figure it out, or you're gonna nail it, or anything like that. You may not. I'm telling you right now, if you take the class, there is a ton of information in the class that I can't possibly show you or tell you all in one video. But the other really great bonus about taking the course is that there's a private Facebook group. Now, this group is strictly for members only who have paid and bought the course. Now, in this group, you're talking over 2,000 members, and I'm saying like from all over the world, okay? Literally all over the world. So there is an amazing amount of people in there who share their ideas, who share their trials, share their success, share their failures. And within that group, that's where I learned to do what I'm doing now. So for me personally, that Facebook group was so beyond helpful to help me learn this technique. So just keep that in mind. I will do my best to teach you what I can, but also keep in mind that I'm in Canada, okay? So the products I use are in Canada. Now, my awesome friend Tammy Anderson, she is in the US, and she has also released a few videos on the Shelee technique. And so if you go check out her channel, I'll link it in the description below. She's got a few videos where she explains the American products. So stuff like the paint that you can buy in the US, stuff that you can buy and where you buy it in the US. Now, another person who's been working on this and has been doing really well with it is Hughes. Again, I'll put her YouTube channel in the description below. Hughes is in Ireland, okay? So if you're in Ireland or, country nearby and they sell the same stuff, check out Hughes. She will also explain what products work for her. Now, keep in mind, the things I've learned and the products I've used are not necessarily the same as what Tammy uses or Erica uses. Everything is different. I'm not kidding. Like, it's so different for everybody. Once you find what works for you, that's it. That's what works. So, and there's a lot of trial, a lot of paint wasting, a lot of errors, and but once you get it, oh man, I tell you, it's so much fun. So I'm gonna stop rambling, and if I think of anything along the way, I'll be sure to mention it. I just want to show you a few pieces that I have done. And let me tell you this, when you start, guys, start small. Do not think that you can do this like 12 by 12 canvas or even like a 10 by 10. I'm telling you, start small, because you'll be super disappointed when you try it and it's not working and you're wasting a ton of paint. Okay. So when I started this class, When I took the course, I paid $100 Canadian to take the course, but then I spent probably, I don't know, $300-400 on materials. So on paint, on trials, on wasting paint, all kinds of stuff. So I'm telling you, if you take the course, that's great, but at least you'll kind of save the money in terms of the experimentation, because at least I'm telling you what works for Canada. You know, Tammy tells you what works for the US, and Erica for Ireland, and so on and so forth. But again, in that Facebook group, there are a ton of members from the US who all use different things. So something Tammy may use, another US, person may not use that and think, hey, I don't like it. It didn't work for me. So there is an abundance of information in that Facebook group, and you can only get in if you pay for the course. So keep that in mind. So start small, okay? Go and get yourself a 4x4 inch tile, okay? I get them at Rona. Home Depot used to sell them, but they have discontinued them. Why? God only knows. I'm really irritated about that, but it is what it is. Lowe's also sells them, but the problem with Lowe's is the side of their tiles have these little bumps on them, like they just pop out, so they're no good. The only place I can find these tiles in Canada, guys, is Rona. So if you head to Rona, go to Lowe's first, take a picture of the tile price, because Lowe's sells them for 29 cents a tile and Rona sells them for 41 cents a tile. But if you show Rona the Lowe's price, they'll match it for you. So you can pay 29 cents at Rona. So keep that in mind. Anywho, so here's my 4x4. I always tape the back, but these, I have 2 tiles here, but they're actually cracked, so I can't use them for anything. So I figured I'd use them just for this demonstration. So I have not taped the back, but just all you need is some green tape. I get it from the dollar store. Tape the whole back, not just the edges, tape the whole thing. I'll tell you this. For those of you who are avid watchers of mine, a lot of people have said, oh, you're so neat, everything's so clean, your bottles are so clean, everything is so tidy. I'll tell you this. This technique here is the messiest thing I have ever done in my life, okay? It's fun, but it's the messiest thing. So I'm telling you, make sure you have everything covered, because there's gonna be paint everywhere, all right? So 4x4 inch tile, I'm gonna do 2 of them for you guys. And then I have this 9-inch MDF round, which I've taped the back, the entire back, not just the edges, the whole back, okay? I get my tape from Dollarama, okay? So very cheap, inexpensive tape, all right? So, and I'll show you guys on a little bit of a bigger scale. So I'll show you, I've done this one. So you can see, oh, there it is. You can see the beautiful shimmer in there. Now, I use 2 paints, okay? Tammy Anderson uses some wonderful pigments by Leslie Onstad from Color Art. And actually, I'm going to be getting some of those pigments in the mail soon. So I'm very, very excited to try those. But until I get them, I'm just going to stick to the 2 paints. And once I get the pigments, I'll do another video and show you guys how to do that. So, but this is all tube paint, okay? So Artist Loft, Liquitex Basics, and then maybe some Amsterdam or Pebeo, but your basic tube paints, all right? So there's a pink one, and this one is done on an MDF, cradled wood board that I buy at Michael's. I had this one at the show, so I just have my info on the back, a little note that says how to take care of resin pieces, and then my stamp and my signature. All right, so I had that at the show. Anywho, so there's that. And then I have a little 7-inch round. Now this one's pretty cool. Look at that. I love this. It's like a rainbow. Super cool. Now, and another thing I'll tell you. One of the hardest things about this technique is coming up with the great color combinations. There's so many color combinations that work really well. Others don't work at all, okay? So what I do personally is I pick my colors and then I take a picture of it. Because if it turns out really, really nice, you will never remember A, what colors you chose, and B, what order you put them in when you put them on the piece. So for myself, I actually lay the colors down, and then I'll snap a picture of the puddle along with the colors here on the side, like these little things here. And then that way I know, okay, hey, for this coaster, I used phthalo green, green blue by Amsterdam, and like the Pebeo light green or whatever. So, you know, it's just easy to remember, because if it works out and you like it, you need to remember how on earth you did it, right? So there's a coaster, and a lot of people have been asking me how I finish the backs. There you have it. It's a cork backing, okay? I buy them off Amazon. You can find them listed in my Amazon shop. I buy them, I think it's a pack of 100. Here they are, okay? They come like this, already cut. They are self-adhesive, so they have the sticky part on the back. Let me pull one out and show you. So there you have it, okay? And on the back, it's just got the paper. You peel it off, okay? You slap it on the back, and done like dinner, all right? Very, very simple. So I'll put that down there. But here, I'll show you another one. So this one was done with purple, orange, and I believe like deep magenta or something like that. But again, I don't remember. I literally take a picture just so that I can see and remember what on earth I did. So let's see, pinks and purples again, and then there's some blue in there. You can see it shimmer. There it is. Now, so like I said, these are all tube paints, right? This one was a fluke in terms of the color choice, and I had no idea what I was doing. I just decided to throw a bunch of colors in there. Neon pink is one of them, and it just turned out like this, and I was like, oh my god, this is really amazing. Here's a pink one. All right, and last but not least, one of my faves, blue. But look at that shimmer. Isn't that insane? But like really cool. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna get started. Let me put these over here. And I need this. Okay, so for Canada, all right, what I found that works best for me, okay? Now, you have what they call is the pillow, the base, which is the first thing you're gonna put down. Then you're gonna put color, and then on top of that, you're gonna put what's called the cell activator, okay? So let me get some cups, and I will show you. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be a long video, but I figured I would show you in full detail so I don't, you know, I won't be able to answer 50 million questions. So that's why I'm doing this video in complete detail for all of you guys to know what I'm doing. Okay, so for my pillow paint, which is the base, what I find works best for me is this, okay? I buy this at Canadian Tire. It is $24.99. It says Easy Flow Interior Latex Paint, durable and washable, and it's eggshell finish, okay? And it's medium base, all right? Now, some people use satin, some people use semi-gloss. For me, personally, this is what I have found works best for me, okay? So this is what I like, and I get it from Canadian Tire, and you go through a lot of it, let me tell you, okay? Now, it's a very thick consistency, and that's the real big difference between this and like the Dutch pours I normally do. Because with Dutch pours, we all know it's supposed to be really thin, but this stuff is really, it's a lot thicker. Like, I mean, it runs off the popsicle stick, as you can see, but it's definitely thicker than what I'm normally used to. So, there we go again. So, if you saw my last video, you would have seen I said so about 50 times. What I've done is I grab a squeeze bottle from the dollar store and I fill my pillow paint in here so that it's easy. You know, I take the top off and you'll see how I work with that. Okay, it's just easier to put it in a bottle than to have it dumping out of a big can of paint here. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna put the lid back on because I don't need it up on the table and I don't want to knock it over, and I need the space because this requires a lot of space. All right, so I'm going to put this down. I'm just going to step on it and make sure the lid is closed before I forget. The next thing you need is the pouring medium. This is what you're going to mix your colors into, okay? So again, two things that work for me are, you definitely need this Minwax Polycrylic, okay? And it's the clear gloss. There's different kinds. There's matte or semi-gloss. Get the clear gloss, okay? So Polycrylic. Again, I got this from Canadian Tire, and I believe it was like 22 or 23 bucks. So it's a small thing, but I've been using this one since day one. I haven't even finished it yet. So there's still quite a bit in there. And I'll show you what this looks like. Oh, it's already open. So it just looks like milk, really, okay? There's not much to it. It just looks like it's very, very liquidy. It's like water, okay? So you have that. And then what you need is this, which I buy from Home Depot. Again, about 25 bucks. This is the second can I've gone through. So this is interior gloss, interior high gloss enamel, deep base 8753, and it's stain blocking paint and primer in one. So let me hold it there. Feel free to pause the video so that you can take a good look at it or take a screenshot of it. But this is what it is, and I get it at Home Depot. Make sure it's deep base. Like, you got to find the exact same one, because there's 100 bottles, and I'm not kidding, they all look the same. I'm not joking. The only difference is like this word here. So you got to find this exact same bottle. All right. So I will make some pouring medium. Now, what I do is I have these really old dollar store spoons. I have 1 tablespoon and half a teaspoon. All right. I don't need the teaspoon right now. What I need is this tablespoon. And I will open this up. Now this stuff is really thick and goopy, like seriously thick. I'll show you. And what I do is 3 parts this, 1 part this. All right. Now, if you want to make a bunch of colors, multiply it. So make a lot more. Normally I'll make three parts, like I'll make 3 together. So I'll do 9 parts of this and 3 parts of that. So what I do, I take my tablespoon, I put in here, you can see it's very, very thick. All right. It's very thick. So I have my cup. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. And I'll just take a popsicle stick. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it's very thick. I just scrape the bottom here so it doesn't drip everywhere. Okay, that's scoop number 2. Okay, and then 1 more scoop. Okay, scoop number 3. All right, then what you want to do, you could, if you have another measuring spoon, go for it. I don't, so I will use the same one. You can either clean it off and then dip it in here, but I don't want to clean it off. So I'm literally just going to pour 1 in here. And if you put a little bit more of that, it's no problem at all, because it helps. It really does help with your pouring medium and mixing with the paints. All right. And a lot of the times you might have to add a little bit more of that anyway, because if your paints are too thick, then you'll need to water it down with a little bit of the polycrylic. Okay, so I have 3 parts Behr, 1 part polycrylic, and I'm just gonna stir it up real good. All right. So let's see, anything else I want to talk about? I did have my show on the weekend. I will talk about it in my next video. I just figured with all the talking that's going to happen today, and I know the video is going to be very, very long, I figured I'll save that for the next video. And I have a cool surprise in the next video. I met some really, 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 really awesome people. specifically one lovely lady, and I will explain all that in the next video. So stay tuned for that, okay? All right, so nice mixed all together. We're good. Okay, put that there. So what you want to do is what I do is I go and get these condiment containers from the dollar store, okay? So they're really small condiment containers, okay? And they have the lids on them, and they're perfect for these paints. So what I do is I'll grab a bunch. As you can see, I have a bunch of colors here already. I'll take some of my pouring medium. I'll fill it just a little bit higher than halfway. Okay, there's no right or wrong, really. Okay, so there you go. And now I'll find a color. So one color I haven't used yet is now I have Amsterdam's Permanent Blue Violet. All right, so what I do is literally 3, I don't measure this, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, here, I'll bring it up so you can see. 3 squirts, 1, 2, 3, that's it, okay? 3 squirts. Okay. Now, one thing, now you saw my coasters and everything, and you saw how shimmery they were, right? The reason for that is because I add a teeny drop of this. Go and get yourself some of this. This adds some serious sparkle and shine to all your colored paints. So all of these, unless it's a metallic, if it's a metallic, I didn't put this in, but all the other colors, I've added 1 drop, okay? Now, keep in mind, I always take the cap off because there's always gunk under the lid, and you don't want that gunk falling in. And literally 1 little drop. Come on, come on. There, that's it. That's all you need, and then it adds such a beautiful shimmer to all your paints, okay? So now we stir it up. Mix nicely. Oh, this container is so clean. You should see my other containers. They're a mess. Make sure you get all the little nooks and crannies under here, okay? So you want to make sure you give it a good stir. Get the pouring medium mixed well with the paint and the iridescent. It's Artist Loft iridescent medium, okay? So there you go. So it's all mixed and ready to go. Now you want this to be thick, not too thick, enough for it to still fall off your popsicle stick. If it's too thick, feel free to grab half a teaspoon and grab some polycrylic and literally put it in here, okay? Because some paints are thicker than others. If you're using a heavy body or like golden, you know, the higher end pigmented paints, and they're thicker, you know, if it's too thick, just add some polycrylic and you're good to go. All right, now that is good to go. These colors here have been sitting for about 2 weeks now, okay? I find some of the colors get thick and a little goopy as they sit in these containers. So what I do, let me find one that's goopy. Here, this is a good example. So you see how it's like just big lumpy in there? Look at that, okay? What I do is I grab some polycrylic, and you can see this stuff is like water. Look at that, okay? You don't need water. Use some of this. I just grab half a teaspoon and just drop it in there. And you'd be surprised that little half a teaspoon will go a long way and really take the goopiness out of your paint. All right, and bring it back to life. So here we go. And we are fluid now, all right? You don't want it too thin, but enough to come off your popsicle stick, all right? So there you have it. I'm gonna make one more color since I still have some pouring medium. And if you're running low on a color, so let me find one, for example, this one, orange, okay? It's low, it's like down to here. I don't wanna mix a new batch, there's no point. So what I do is take some of my pouring medium that I mixed and add it in here. So I'm just gonna use this all up. Okay, so I've put some fresh pouring medium in here. Now, if the consistency is fine, I'll leave it. But if it got too watery because I added fresh pouring medium, all I need to do is grab that color paint, give it a squeeze, maybe one squeeze, and it'll thicken it up, all right? So if it's too thin, you can thicken it up by adding another drop of paint, all right? So there you go. It's perfect. I don't need to add anything to it. So there you go. So if it's getting low, just add some pouring medium. Now I'm gonna add some of this. I wanna try some of this yellow color shifting. So Folk Art, Yellow Flash. Might as well give it a go. Again, all right. So we'll do that. And this one's already shimmery, so I'm not gonna add any of the Artist Loft iridescent medium. Ooh, this will be nice. Now this one's really watery because Folk Art and Craft Smart, those paints are actual craft paints. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little more. Oh, that was a lot, but you need to add more paint to thicken it up. You don't want it too watery. All right, that should work, okay? That's gonna be an interesting one to try. So that is what we call the pouring medium. That's step 2. So we're done with that. I'm just gonna put the lid on this. Okay. And the lid on this. The last step is what we call the cell activator, all right? Now, there are so many different versions of the cell activator. Some people use Floetrol and paint only. Some people use paint and water only. Now, my concoction, I've learned it from some great people in the group, and it's what works for me. I've tried the Floetrol and paint method. I could not get cells for the life of me. My neighbor, who also, literally my neighbor next door, also took the Shelee course. And for her, she uses the Floetrol and paint and she gets awesome results. I don't know why, I can't do it. So this is what works for me. What you need is Floetrol, okay? Then you need some glue, PVA or school glue or Elmer's glue. I bought this off Amazon, seems to work pretty good for me. Just your typical white glue, okay? Then what you need is Liquitex Acrylic Ink, okay? You need some of this, get that at Michael's. And then you need Minwax Pre-Stain Wood Conditioner. Now this stuff has linseed oil in it. The oil is what helps with the cells. Now for those of you freaking out and thinking, oh my God, is this like silicone oil? Is this gonna ruin my, my pieces when I try and varnish or resin? No, it won't. As you can see, all the pieces I've done and all the pieces I've posted online all have this stuff in it. Now because it's so minimal, it does not affect resin, it does not affect varnish, it just doesn't affect anything. So this is what you need. I got the smallest can I could find because all you need is half a teaspoon. Okay, so this goes a long way. Do not buy the big can. And I'll warn you guys, this stuff stinks. Okay, it smells really bad, so be forewarned. There you go. And then the last thing you need is white paint. Now, you can't buy just any white paint. It's not gonna work. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It's just not gonna work. So there's a few options. You can buy, let's see. Okay, and it has to be titanium white, okay? So I've heard, I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard golden is one of the paints that works. So golden, titanium white. But what works for me, hands down, is Amsterdam acrylic, okay? Titanium white. This is what I use. I tried Artist Loft titanium white. Garbage. Did not work. I tell you, it did not work at all. It's just a waste of time. You have to have either the Amsterdam acrylic titanium white or the golden titanium white. Now in the course, Shelee has a bunch of other name brands that also work really, really well. But keep in mind, she's also in Australia, right? So a lot of the products, if not all the products she uses, are not really sold in Canada or the US, which is why we all had to figure out on our own the products that would work. But that's what the Facebook group was for. Everyone was so helpful. Everyone went and tried out different things, and we all found out what worked for us. So I use Titanium White by Amsterdam. Now this concoction is a little different. What we need, and I'm going to put all this information in the description below. You guys know I never put info in the description below, but I will for this particular video because there's just way too much information. So what you want to start with, now I'm going to need my tablespoon, so I do need to clean it off. I'm going to clean it off from that Behr goop because I do need it to be clean. All right. Okay. Clean. We will start with 1 tablespoon of glue. If I can get the lid off. Good Lord. Okay, I got it. Oh, that really hurt. Okay. Here, where you can see. Here. 1 tablespoon of glue. All right, there we go. Again, just use a popsicle stick. Wonder if I can get away with doing this in a small cup instead of wasting a big cup. Let's do it here. There we go. You can see, right? Perfect. 1 tablespoon glue. Next, we have 1 tablespoon of the paint, which is right here. Again, I always take the cap off because there's always gunk stuck under there. So, oh, I got it on my finger. All right. 1. Of course, this bottle's empty. Have no fear, I have another one. Okay. There we go. 1 tablespoon of white paint. Okay, let's put that in there. Scrape it all out. All right. Next, we need 2 tablespoons of Floetrol. Normally I use a sifter or a, what's it called? One of these to make sure I don't get any goops or gunks in my, from the Floetrol, but I can't be bothered right now, so I'm not going to. Let's just hope we don't get any goops or gunks. All right, so there's 1. All right, and whoa, 2 and a bit. All right, I won't empty it all out there. Okay, there's some left in there. So 2 tablespoons of Floetrol. The next thing you need is that ink. This also, for some reason, don't ask me why, but for some reason, this really helps with the cell activator. So you need 5 drops of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that. You're probably thinking, oh my God, this is a lot of ingredients. And last but not least, half, again, I have to clean this because it had the polyacrylic on it. My God, this is going to be a long video, guys. You guys have to bear with me. Oh my God, I'm at 34 minutes already. Okay, so half a teaspoon of this stuff. Okay. And it is literally just water. Like, it's the weirdest thing. Oh God, it stinks so bad. I cannot tell you how bad it smells. All right. And you put it in there. Oh my God. And then you put the lid back on ASAP because it really stinks bad. Whew. Okay. All right. So when you start to stir this, you're going to wonder, oh my God, this oil is just gross and it's not mixing. Oh my gosh, I guarantee you, just mix, just stir, and it will all mix together, okay? So don't worry, just give it a good mix for a couple of minutes and it will all work itself in there, all right? Okay, depending on how much time this video goes to, I might not do the big round. I might save that for the next video. I don't want this to be a really, really long video. So I might do the round in the next video. Or maybe I'll just do the tiles tonight. Okay, so. Man, I really love saying so. It is all mixed. I don't know if you can see that, but it's all mixed together. Okay, now I have these bottles. I bought this one from Dollar Tree. They come 2 in a pack. All right. They are extremely dirty because, again, I'm telling you. So the cell activator I made was white. Once you get the hang of this, you can change your cell activator color. So the color on top, you can make it any other color you want and get some really cool effects. So I've made a dark blue, like a phthalo blue cell activator. But anywho, you can get these at the dollar store. I also bought a bunch of these off Amazon. I think I got 40 of them off Amazon. I haven't gotten them yet. They take like a month and a half to get here because they're not prime and they come from like China or something. But once I do get them, I'm going to be so excited because all of this stuff will go in these easy squeeze bottles. So I'm very excited about that. So basically, just for easiness, I pour my cell activator into one of these little bottles, which honestly, guys, is so much better than, you know, putting it, whoa, right to the top. Putting it in, I'm going to empty some of that because I totally overflowed that. This is really, really easy to use, okay? So, oh my God, we're ready to paint. Can you believe that? Okay. Put gloves on. I'm telling you guys, put gloves on. Do not do this without gloves on. This is not like your typical acrylic painting where you know, get acrylic paint on your hands and you just clean it off. You're using house paint. It's totally different. There's all these polycrylics and this and that. You don't want that stuff on your hands, okay, guys? So please wear gloves. It'll save your nails too. All right, so I'm going to take the lid off of this. All right, and let's get to, I'm going to actually, you know what I'm going to do? First off, I'm going to put the lid on the Floetrol back. And I'm going to bring you guys really close, down low. That way you guys can see way better. Let me put the lid on the glue back. Okay, get that out of the way. All right, let's bring you guys closer. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna do this. All right, I can't really see the camera now because it's so low, but I think this is better for you guys, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is figure out what colors you're going to use, all right? You all know me. I love my blues, so I'm going to pick, I think that is phthalo blue. That is greenish blue by Amsterdam. That's by Grumbacher. And I think for giggles, I'm going to add some iridescent, Pebeo iridescent green yellow, I think it is. Yeah. This has a really cool metallic shimmer to it, so it's really nice. Is that what I want to add? Yeah, I think I'll add that. Or, yeah, whatever. We'll just do that. Again, you never know how it's going to turn out, right? So you might have to scrape it. A lot of times I will scrape, so you never know. Okay, where are we at? 39 minutes. So I'm going to pour a thick puddle in the middle. All right. Then I'm going to pick one color and add a blob of paint. All right. And then, like, again, these are thick, guys. Okay. So I will add another blob of paint. Some people use less paint. Okay. So again, everybody has their way of doing this. This is what works for me. Okay. So, and then I'm going to add my last color on top. And I like to go in a little bit of a circle. I don't know why, I just do. And then I'm going to take my cell activator and I'm going to put just a drop in the middle. And this is why these squeeze bottles are so handy, because you can control where and how much you put. Okay, that's it. So then what I do is, because you want to make sure the the tile or the canvas or whatever you're working on is fully covered. So what I do is take my fingers and I literally just get my edges. All right, like so, and make sure the tile is fully covered. Okay, now the most important part, okay, is blowing. Now I'm going to do my best to show you how I do that without getting my big head in the way, okay? But if I can't, I apologize. So let me try this. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, when you buy the big can, the pillow paint from Canadian Tire, do not let them tint it. Do not let them shake it. And they'll say, oh, do you want me to shake it for you? No, do not shake it. You're gonna get a million bubbles in it. Don't do it, okay? So I'm gonna blow straight above, right into that white spot. I hope you can see this. Okay. Then I'm just gonna lightly blow where I see a lot of white. Lightly. All right. Now, because I blew the center really hard, I've got to wait just a little bit for the paint to pool back into the center, okay? Just a little bit. Just give it, I know it's patience, guys, something I don't have, but just trust me on this, all right? And then I'll show you, let me grab it. What I have is this stick, okay? It's for souvlaki, it's a skewer. I use it to pop. See, there's a bubble right here. Let me show you. See, there's a bubble right there. I literally just use my skewer and I pop the bubble, okay? This thing is awesome. So what you want to do now is tilt. So the two important things about this is blowing and tilting, all right? So I'm going to start and I'm going to tilt on one end, okay? And then I'm gonna stop. I like to touch the corner, that way it gets a little bit of the blue in there, you see that? Now I'm gonna tilt back the opposite way, okay? So, and I'm telling you, if you're working with tiles, be careful because they're slippery suckers and you will drop them. I cannot tell you how many I've dropped on my pants, on the floor. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so you go down to the other end. You don't have to go to the end of the white. If you want to keep white and keep it part of your design, you can do that. So I'll do that for this one. All right, let me turn it around so you can see. Now I'm going to go bring it back to the center. Now, because the paint is so thick, this takes really long, okay? It's not like a Dutch pour where you blow away or you tilt it and, the paint just flows. One set of coasters can probably take me between 30 and 45 minutes. I kid you not. Okay, I'm in the center. Now I'm going to pick a side and go the other way, okay? So I'm going to go now the other way. And I'm telling you guys, this can take a really long time. All right, so let's go. And you can help it along by touching. This is what I do. I touch it like that and then I help it along. Okay. Now, there's a part of the tile there that is not I can't speak, that does not have paint. So what I do is I literally just dab it with my finger, and that's where it's broken anyway. So that's why I'm using these tiles. And last but not least, I'm gonna go back the other way. And we wait. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. It's Monday night. I'm really hoping that you guys are enjoying this video, and I apologize that it's this long, but honestly, if I don't go through it in detail, you guys will never get it. And like I said, you may think, oh, okay, yeah, Kanella showed me this, and now Tammy showed, and a few others are going to be doing it as well. I don't need to take the course. Wrong. Believe me, you learn a lot more in the course and in that Facebook group than you'll ever know. So the good thing for you guys is you don't have to spend oodles and oodles of money trying to figure out what paints work, what pillows work, what base paints work. All that has already been figured out, okay? So you're kind of saving there. All right, so I'm getting to the end. All right, now I kind of don't like the way this green stripe is, so you can fix that by tilting. Now I'm going to tilt this way, without dropping the tile. All right, so I can tilt this way and wait another 5 minutes. No, I hope not. But tilt this way and you can get rid of it, okay? Slowly, but surely, you can get rid of it. Oh, man. So now you can understand why making a set of coasters can take like literally 45 minutes to an hour. It really depends. And if you do one and you don't like the way it turned out and you want to scrape it and you have to start again, then it's going to take you even longer. All right, so that has fallen off the side now, the green. So what you want to do is come back and bring it to the middle. And then once you do that, you are good to go, okay? So I am going to just wait again and let it come back into the middle. You don't have to. You can leave it wherever you want, like the webbing and the cells, but for me, I like it in the middle. All right, I won't bore you more with this, so I'm going to put this one aside. It kind of really turned out really neat though. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Okay, so you can do 4 of those and voila, you have a set. I will do one more tile. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Please wear gloves, guys, no joke. All right. And have paper towel on hand. Go and buy cheap paper towel from like the dollar store or something. Do not use expensive stuff because you go through a lot of paper towel, okay? So I'll grab my other tile and let's do some fun colors. I'm going to pour my base, my pillow as they call it, okay? And let's do, I'm going to start with the new color I just mixed up. All right, the color shift yellow, which is going to be neat. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. And then, because I know how well purple plays with yellow, I'm going to add a blob of purple. All right, just little circles here like so. Whoops. Okay. And then I'm going to add, I think I'm going to do some orange. No, this. I think this one is, oh, poop. I dropped a bit. I think this is either prism violet or deep violet. I can't remember. Okay, so what I would normally do is now I would have these 3 colors here like this. Okay. And I would snap a picture right here like this so that I know, and actually I would do it in the right order like that. So yellow, purple, and prism violet or deep violet, whatever that is. And that way I know what I did, right? Because believe me, I'm telling you, you're going to forget and you're going to kick yourself because you're like, oh my God, I don't remember what colors I used to make that really gorgeous piece. Like in the last video, I showed you guys that really iridescent metallic shimmery green one on the 10 by 10 canvas. Well, for the life of me, so many people have been asking me what colors I used. Couldn't tell you. That's the one I didn't take a picture of and I really regret it. And I sold it this weekend at the show to a lovely viewer of mine. Okay, so there you go. Just a dollop, if you will, of the white in the middle, the cell activator. All right, I'm going to blow from above, and as I blow, I'm just going to gently blow it in a circle pattern. Okay, let me try this and hopefully you guys can see. Oh, my shadow of my big head is in the way. Sorry, guys. All right, I did not blow that one perfectly. It's very hard to blow when I'm leaning over into a camera, but you can always still blow gently along the edges and still get this going on, okay? Let me see if I can blow here. There we go. Now I'll turn around. Okay, not so much on that side. All right. Wow, I'm loving this yellow. Oh my goodness. So now the other thing is when you start to tilt, now you're looking at your four corners, right? So I've got a lot of cell action going here, lots of cells here, and then here, not so much. So you want to try and keep the cells, right? So I'm going to start tilting where I find the least amount of cells. So I'll go this way first. Oh my God, I'm almost at an hour. I'm sorry, guys. All right, this is probably like one of my longest videos. It's horrible. All right, now I'm gonna go back. You see how the cells kind of got all scrunched up in the middle? Don't worry about that because they will stretch back out, okay? Oh my God, I love this color combo. This is so neat. I'm really digging the yellow. It's so bright. Again, you don't have to go all the way till the white comes off. That's up to you. All right, I'm gonna bring it back down to the center. I always put like my finger at the bottom so I don't drop the tile. Okay, now I can go one of either way, to the left or to the right. So when you look at this, there's a lot of cells going on this side and nothing on this side. So I'm gonna tilt this way first, okay? Because I don't wanna tilt off all those really cool cells. So I will pick the side with the least amount of cells and tilt that way first. Trying to see what I'm doing here and look at the camera at the same time. All right. Oops, I'm not in camera view. All right. Okay. And now I will go back. Man, I love this color. This is so cool. I will go back the other way. Okay. So while I'm waiting and we're doing this for it to go down to the end, feel free to check out my description below with all the information that you need. Please hit that subscribe button, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Please follow me if you're on any other social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. So if you're there, click on the links below and follow me there. I'd really appreciate it. My Amazon links for the US and Canada Amazon shops are also listed below. That's where you'll find a lot of the supplies for my magnets, the backings for the cork, for the coasters. All that stuff is also listed in there. And for anyone who would like to donate, my PayPal link is listed below. Any little bit helps. It helps me do these. It helps me, you know, show you guys these videos and teach you guys what I've learned, okay? So if you'd like to donate, I'd really appreciate it. And that's it. So just waiting for this to move back into the center, and I think it's done that. And there you have it. Now, if I had a little bit more time, which I don't, I would probably tilt it this way just to get a little bit of this off and stretch out my cells. But guys, I'm at 54 minutes, so I think I've had enough, and I think you've had enough. And then see all this. If you have the patience to let that dry, you can get some really, really cool skins. This is the Lowly Veffy mat, okay? You guys all know I talk about it all the time, Lowly Veffy. Check out the link below. You can save $5 by using code Kanella5. And if you want to save 15% on the Shelee Art Technique, it is Shelee Art Kanella 15. Okay, guys? Believe me when I tell you, there's a lot of valuable information in the videos and in the Facebook group that I just simply cannot go over with. It's just too much. So that's it. I will do another one. You know, another one. I'll do the round. And I'll also tell you guys all about the show and that little new cool thing and the new surprise. All right. So that's it for now. I hope this was very helpful for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope it's not too confusing. You can ask me questions. Honestly, guys, I will do my best to answer. I cannot promise answer everyone's questions. It's extremely hard for me, okay? Life is very busy and it's hard for me to respond to 200 emails, messages, PMs, DMs, you name it, all that stuff. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back again for another one soon. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Oh, and for those of you who wonder where Juno is, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's not in the end of the videos. What happened? He has his own YouTube channel. He's had his own channel for a really long time, since April. So the link is listed below. Check him out. You know, follow his YouTube channel, subscribe there, and you guys can see all his videos there, okay? So thank you. Until next time. Ciao, ciao. Yassas! That's bye in Greek. I have to teach you guys Greek lessons, remember? Take care. Bye.